Alright, here we go. This is all the components to build the new rod in. And we're going to open this thing up. Yep. It's got everything. The blank, the reel seat, the hook keeper, and the guides. Everything else I already have. So let's crack into this thing. So you got a box within a box. It's always funny how that works out. I've bought rod blanks before, and sometimes those rod blanks come in like PVC tubing and all kinds of things. Okay, here we go. I think that's just newspaper. I always save that for shipping my... and here we go. There's the rod blank. And you're looking at it, you think, well, what's the difference between it? It looks like a pretty small deal there. Well, that's a 5/6 weight fly rod blank. This is a 9 weight, much bigger, and it's longer as well. It's another product. Seems like it's made in China as well, but you know how that goes nowadays. 9 weight. And so, and it's 9 feet long instead of 8 feet, so it should have a lot more. Should have a lot more, just a little bit more handle room, because I like long handles on my rods, and should have a little bit more, should have a lot more power, a lot more backbone to it, because it's a 9 weight as opposed to a 6 weight, basically. Just so you know, an easy formula to convert does not have any finishing on it, so we may end up having to put some varnish on the whole unit there. Just so you know, wow, that's lightweight. There we go, baby. And that's just what I'm talking about. Huh. Doesn't really tell you anything. Wiggling like that doesn't tell you anything, but it sure is fun to do. This is not a rod you're going to be able to abuse, because it is graphite. It's so much lighter than the fiberglass thing I got over there. I'm satisfied so far. Alright, so here's the other components. Let's see what they're like. Not using anything fancy in terms of the reel seat, in terms of the either the reel seat or the guides, but you know, just this looks, you know, it's about the biggest guide that I'll use there. They're all spinning rod guides, and so cool thing about Netcrafter, they have their own little thingies here, and they got these little baggies here. It's really kind of nice. And so what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this very similar to the rod there, where you have a whole bunch of one size, which is the size 8. We're going to have a whole bunch of these on there. It's not exactly micro guide, but it is definitely a smaller guide. Probably have more number 8 guides on there than anything else. 8, 8, 8. There's 8. All these are 8s. Yep, all those are 8s. So I got 9 of those 8s on there. And then we'll put maybe, wait a minute, there should be like a number 16 in there or something in there. 8, 8. 8, 8, 8, 8. Oh yeah, here we go. There's a number 20, and a number 12, and a number 16. See, 20, 16, 12 to gather the line up, and then 8 straight on out to the tip. And we may not even use all these. We may only end up using the number 20, and it goes 8 straight to the tip. Just depends on how it looks. But that's just kind of how we do it. I just, since just tried to buy more than what I quote-unquote needed. And we got all those 8s there. This is a nice reel seat. The reel seat on the other rod that you have is way too small for my... the reel seat on the other one's way too small. And so what I did was I said, and it's metal. It's too small for that big old ABF 40 reel that you guys have seen me use. And it's metal, so it's heavier. So I went with graphite, because one of the things about this rod is lightweight. I want it to be a lighter weight rod than what I currently have. So if you think about that, I'm going with a bigger, tougher rod, yet I want it to be lighter weight. So I'm having to make some changes in some things. And so this is a graphite reel seat here, and that's much lighter, but I can tell you right now that's already a lot bigger and a lot better size. We're going to have to put a lot of tape in there to deal with this. See how much bigger that thing is? Oh my gosh. Talk about, we're going to have to some serious arbor work, but that's going to fit my hand a whole lot better. But we'll see. Alright, so there we go. Another thing, one more thing. I have no tip-top guide. You know, on a regular rod, how you have a tube and it just fits over the top like that? I don't have that. I'm just going to use one of these guides here as the tip top. Let me tell you why I'm doing that. Because a tip top guide never matches the height of the rest of the guides on the rod. Because if the rest of the guides on the rod are riding on the bottom here, and the tip top's riding top dead center, there's always going to be a little bit shorter than the rest of it. So you end up changing the direction of the line, and I hate that. It just doesn't seem the right way to go. I want them all to be the same height. And so I'm just going to put it right on the end there, almost like you would an old cane pole, because that's just, in principle, that's exactly what I'm doing here. And we're going to wrap that just like we would the rest of the guides, and epoxy it and varnish it and let that be it. And so this is going to be a dedicated channel catfish, eaten size channel catfish rod. And, you know, and so there you have it.